explore the phenomenology of childhood. That is to say, really dig deep and try to remember what it was like being a child. Don't focus on the biographical features that you can't really remember. Uncle John, Uncle Jane, I don't know who. Uncle Jane, Uncle John, Uncle Jim. That doesn't matter. What was it like being a child? What was not present in your consciousness as a child that's present now, that somehow changes its character in a very distinct way? Let the children come to me. The kingdom of heaven is full of such as these. I tell you, no man will enter the kingdom of heaven unless he becomes as a little child. Reclaiming the magic of childhood experience involves knowing what a child, a happy child at least, knows. That mommy and daddy are there and they love me. And of course they do. I never doubt my worth of love as a child. And mommy and daddy are there and they love me. The only way to recapture the essence of this understanding in adult consciousness with the deep level of attachment that you can actually have towards your parents is to attach to God in that way. Really, mommy and daddy are there and they love me. Jesus Christ is God, and the Virgin Mary is his mother. And mommy and daddy are there, and they love me. And therefore I am free to love. Loving is the easiest thing in the world, which is why it is so difficult. Because we actually want to be free to love. But we are broken, and the love can't flow through properly. But if you really start to believe that the love of God is there, you can allow yourself to open those channels again. And it's an opening, it's a release. That's the thing about it. It's not a rocket ship towards a particular direction. It's a release into faith again that mommy and daddy are there and they love me. And I want to find that childhood spark which saw the world with awe and wonder, because it didn't know much other than love. Go back in your mind and figure out what it might have meant to be a child. What did it mean? How did I work then? Just meditate on it. Harken back to the memories that actually call to you for whatever reason, even if they're just shadowy. Try to illuminate them. The ones that maybe they're arbitrary from a certain point of view, but explore that. Find that person again. See me, feel me, touch me, heal me. Human progress is not about Star Trek futures or anything like that. Because ultimately that's getting a major part of the story just totally, totally wrong. Which is that human progress thinks that what forms it can confront through technological manipulation is the value of progress. So if we can go to the stars, then we can see this and that, and then, but the problem is progress is actually a progress of consciousness. It's a progress that recognizes that, no, it's about being's internal relation to its own feelings that real progress advances. And real breakthrough occurs. And the human progress has been a developmental progress towards the discovery of how it can become love again. This is what progress really is. Progress ultimately is just the discovery of God in one's heart and mind. Really, that is what ultimately it is. If you want to reduce it to these simple, big concepts, yes, that is it. And ultimately, it's the total human endeavor, finding God, believing that we are forgiven for our sins and that we deserve nothing and yet are gifted the love of God, which we are obligated to accept if we are to be good. God is upset with us if we don't accept his love. In fact, that's all God is. Nothing could infuriate him more than not accepting his love. Because he knows how good he is. All sin is ultimately rooted in some inability to properly accept God's love. And thus structures what we call our human world. We are cast out of Eden. But I don't think you're going to find Eden on a map, guys. We have to look really hard at what makes us happy, what doesn't make us happy, and what's controlling us, and how to relate to sexuality in this process. Because It's about finding that loving attachment to the childhood joy again of knowing that mommy and daddy are there for me, and they love me. And they do.